A give. Okie dokie, artichoke. All right, and we're back. So, just really quick recap for Lance. Long story short, you guys are going to be learning. You guys will be learning essentially how to work a room, which is kind of similar to meeting people individually, but it's going to be applied to the whole room. The way that it looks like it is. What is that? There you go. It is. Where the frick is it? Is this it? Yeah. So this is it. So actually, I'm sorry. Let me just back it up. This is going to be. Actually, yeah, like this. So anyways, here we go. Here we go. All right, so it is 4 phases. Phase 1, look good. Phase 2, open the conversation with value, and I'll explain more as we go. Phase 1, open with value, you start the conversation. Phase 2, midway through the conversation, you leave. I know, it doesn't make sense, but you'll see why. Part 3, you return and start flirting. Part 4, you exchange information, go for the kiss, or take her somewhere else. Make sense? This is the conversation structure that you guys will be repeating. This is the tactical how-to. So phase 1, where you go and start a conversation, you're going to open, you're going to start with a compliment, you're going to talk a little bit, you're going to leave, then you're going to come back to flirt, and then invite to continue. I'll explain it. I know I'm going fast, but you'll catch up. So really quick, I just wanted to do this. So first things first, before we move on to opening, which is what we're going to do. It is, I want you guys, I want to show you guys this. So Doug asked, how do we measure being the most interesting man and whatnot? So the big misconception is thinking like the most interesting person is the most popular person. That is wrong. It is not the most popular person. In my opinion, it's a person who has had the most impact on the most amount of people. Because if you think about it, you can be the dancing monkey or the dancing guy. It's like, yeah, everybody look at me, yeah. However, who is really the most interesting man in the room? The guy's like this, yeah, look at me. Or the guy that's in the back room watching everything. The guy that everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, okay, hey, boss, like that. Who's really the most interesting man? Who has the most influence? Right. That guy. And so you can be the dancing monkey. You can be the popular guy everybody's looking at. But in my opinion, the guy who I had a deep combination impact with you, a deep impact with you. That by the end of it, oh my God, Pablo, let's connect, stuff like that. Versus a guy who's like, yeah, hey, you want a drink? Yeah. Who's really the most, who's the person that people go home and like, yo, I remember that guy. The first one. And so that's why the formula just came to me as far as how we define the most interesting man. Let's just get really to the proper definition. All right, it's the impact, the level of impact times the amount of people you impact over the course of time. All right, so if it's low impact but you talk to a lot of people over the course of time, you're going to be forgettable. If you have high impact but you don't talk to one person over a long time, it's cool, but it's different from a high impact on a lot number of people over the course of 2 hours. So Anik, so all the places that you're going, the wedding and the boat party, put that together. You impact a lot of people over the course of the 2 hours. What's going to happen? You see how that works out? You see how so you see how to think about being the most interesting person. So our goal is not to be the most popular. Our goal is to be the most impactful with the most amount of people. And impact is defined by the value that we were talking about, that we give to others. Does this make sense? So this is how I'm thinking, this is how I want you guys to think. Follow? Which brings me just a really quick overview of how it actually works. okay? Just really fast. So this is you. Boop, boop, boop. That's you. All right, this is how all the phases work. Phase 1, you step in and you're looking good. What happens? They notice you. Because what happens? We always notice who walks into the room. We always notice. Especially if you look good, they're turning their head. Boom. So phase 0, which is looking good, is complete. The minute they see you, oh, he's good looking. He's handsome. The subconscious, he must be successful. He must be funny, good in bed. All right. Then boom, you start to make your approach. Open with value. So you start a compliment here, and everybody loves talking with compliments and being open with compliments. You talk, give a little value, you leave. Boom, you go. Then, boom, you go to here, you here. Again, you talk a little bit, and then at the high point, all right, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Repeat, open with value. Hi, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Open with value, and then you continue. Now, as you're doing this, once you leave this group, or let's say by the time you get here, let's say you leave this group, they like, oh, he's talking to somebody else. He's making them laugh too. Oh, who is this guy? And then by the time you get to here, this group will have seen you replicate it. And not only that, by the time you get to here, this group would have seen you talk to them. So by the time you get to them, by the time you get to them, they've already seen you in action. And now when you do approach them, you're not cold. You're already on their radar. You see how it works? Oh, I saw you talking to other people already. Well, like I said, one of the best compliments is, oh, hi, and probably, yeah, I saw you already. Once I hear that, mommy, you mine. You mine. So that's phase. So then that's phase. So you leave, right? Then you go to the groups that were most receptive. So because some groups are going to be really great, some groups not so much. So you go back to the groups that are really receptive. So let's say it was this one, and let's say this one. So what you do, then you go back again, and now you flirt with this one, go back to flirting. And at this point, you have the option to leave and continue the process again. Or if it's really hitting it off, you continue. Does this make sense? At this point, and once you've hit it off, you decide, do you want to, hey, you want to come back to my place, or you exchange numbers, or they'll ask you at that point, or hey, can I keep in contact with you? That is how it works out. Now, here's a little, now there are different little variations of this, all right? Because what you can do is you can go around compliment people, all right? And then just warm, hey, I'm just compliment and leave. Then come back and give them value. And then come back and flirt. You could do that as well. Up to you. Again, it's built around your comfort level. Alternatively, if you talk to them and this group hits, don't leave, right? On the like, I know I said leave, but on the scenario that it's really like, oh my God, this is on, motherfucker, stay. Right. Okay, let's not be dumb. Go ahead.
I mean, will we break down the approach to the group though? Like, where are we introducing ourselves? We're not doing any of that. We're not shaking hands.
We're about to get into that.
Right. Okay.
We're about to get into that. But right now we are. Well, actually, we'll get into that this afternoon, I believe. Yes. So this afternoon, we're going to talk about how to open a group. Right now, for this morning session, again, let's get the nerves out the way. Let's review the basics. Let's get into that. But we will be talking about this afternoon, like how to talk to a group. Do you introduce yourself? The answer is no, you do not introduce yourself. Don't even ask for names throughout the whole conversation. Reason why is because reason why is because you are creating that gap that has them ask you for your name, which is a sign of investment on their part. They are the first to invest. So it is also adds to the story when you talk to somebody for like 20 minutes, 2 hours, and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know your name. Like, I can't even be with you right now. What's your name? And then when they give their name, you have so much excitement that they give you their name. It's a moment of connection because now we've had so much fun. Now I get to be real. Like, hi, I'm Tori. I'm Jessica. And so, to answer your question.
So in professional settings?
In professional settings, I still would.
No need unless they ask you.
No need unless they ask. Yeah, because you want to be detached, right? You want to be.
Have a good time.
Exactly, you want to be detached. Because in professional settings, as you know, he who talks less has the most power. And so if you're and he who makes the less asks, right? He who's being asked has more leverage than the person who's doing the asking. And so, which again, these are guidelines, but like even in professional settings, I'm a little bit looser with that because in professional settings, I am trying to be a little bit more assertive in making that connection. And I want to kind of display my value a little bit, like, hey, I want
You
like
want the connection to be based on like the substance.
on the substance. Yeah. The only difference I would say between a professional setting and a romantic setting is that in a professional setting, you are leading with more value to entice the person, like, yo, you're worth getting to know. Because let's be honest. In network events, we only network with people who can help us. That's like, I'm not gonna network with you just to be friends. Unfortunately, I feel like that's the way it is. And so, it's a game of like displaying value of who should I get to know, and especially if you're trying to network with someone of a higher caliber, so to speak. All right, the way you entice them is by presenting them the value of who you are, which is communicating your stories and how you carry yourself, how you make them feel. Now, in the romantic setting, it's the same thing, but the only thing that you're doing differently is that you're doing the takeaway. And you're doing the takeaway and you're adding the flirting component. That's the only real difference, really. Yeah, I would say even in the professional setting, you can do the takeaway as well because you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, well, you're talking about.
Yeah. I would say like the only difference is that you're adding the romantic component of flirting.
Yeah, which I'm not going to do.
Yeah. So, but does this make sense? Like how you're moving around the room?
Yeah.
Now, Now, by the way, this math problem. This is also Andrew mentioned it, but this is how I think about it. People think the most interesting man is I talk to 20 people. That's not it. All right. It's 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 1. Meaning, the way I want you to think about it is I didn't talk to 20 people. I talked to one person 20 times. It's a different way of thinking about it because I know, like, for some people who are more introverts, that might be overwhelming. I talk to a group of people, but they excel on one-on-one personal connections. And so with that, you're not trying to talk to 20 people. You're talking to one person 20 times. Does this make sense? Yeah. So in my mindset, when I'm thinking about let me own the room, I'm not thinking about I'm talking to the entire room. The way is that, again,
you're forming like a good connection with each.
Exactly. Good connection with each individual person, which over time, what's the formula says? Impact with one person over the course of time compounds into a larger one. That's the formula I'm working with.
Small ones make it to the big one.
Yes, sir. That's why it's like that. Yeah, that's essentially it. So that's how you conquer the entire room. Now, again, some people have different strategies, different strengths. Like Anik, I don't know about Doug and stuff like that and everybody else, but I know Anik would kill a karaoke stage. I love karaoke stage. For people, if that's more your strength, then you can do a whole room like that, captivate a room of 20 to get to that one. Yeah. Alternatively, if that's really not your thing, this is another pathway to do it. But yeah, Anik, if you find a karaoke bar, get up there. It's like a way to It's actually
I'll do it if we find one.
Oh, I know where there is one.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna do Bruno Mars because that's your thing. But I did do Bruno Mars once.
You have to.
But I did it once and it was awesome.
Huh?
It's such a good song.
It's a perfect song.
Uptown
Funk.
It's perfect.
Or 24.
Because if you have a duet, it's really good. Me and my brother did it, and everyone was like, "That was amazing."
Yeah, Uptown Funk or 24 Karat Magic.
I know Uptown Funk.
Yeah, I know Uptown
I've
Funk.
seen you do it, man. It's funny.
Yeah, he saw the effect of it too.
Oh, yeah.
I did it twice, and each time the crowd.
Erupted.
All right.
And it helps that you have like the look.
Does it?
Found it. You said see them found it.
You can have it, Anika. It's your time to shine. My time is over with. I'm retired from the game. I'm a coach now. All right. All right. So let's get into opening. Let's get into it. All right. So opening, starting conversations. So 3-part opener. All right. So how to open a conversation. So this might be a review for some guys, but it's good to have it broken down and to learn again. So what I'm going to teach you guys, I learned from Neil. Opening 101. So there are three parts to opening. So there is a time constraint. There is the opener. And there's the root or justification. Okay, so when you guys start a conversation, each and every conversation you start will have these three parts. I want it to be embedded in your head, ingrained in your head, so that way it becomes automatic. I don't care if it's man, woman, grocery store, whoever it is. This is a three-part opener I want you to use. I will explain what they are. Time constraint. It's something that you say to let them know, hey, I'm not going to be here for a long time. When you talk to people, one of the first questions they ask themselves is, how long is they going to be here? How long till I leave? Can I leave? And so we're going to answer that question before they even ask it. And so there are different ways to do a time constraint. And something verbal that you say. And these are the first words out your mouth. It's instead of just going straight into your compliment, which you can do if a little advanced, but just the basics. But essentially, it's something simple. And one of my favorite ways that's universally, you could use anytime, anywhere. Hey, real quick, this will take 2 seconds. So you gotta say. Or people say, like, hey, real quick, I gotta get back to my friends. Hey, just real fast, I'm actually on my way out. This is just things you can say to let them know I'm not gonna be here long. For me, I love this because, again, you can use this in any scenario, which is, hey, this will take 2 seconds. You're like, okay, let's take 2 seconds. What do you have to say? Like, anybody will sit for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right? So these are the first words out your mouth. Make sense? So now, you can come up with your own variation, but I'll write it here. Hey. 2 seconds. Now, next is the opener. This is your actual conversation starter. Now, oh, by the way, too, anyway, the purpose of the time constraint is to buy you time. Purpose of the opener is to actually initiate, to break the ice. Now, there are multiple ways to do this. I told you at the last boot camp, I think I've mentioned it before, but for the purposes of our boot camp this year, this weekend, it is going to be the compliment opener, where you open by giving them a compliment. The reason why I'm a big fan of it is because you're opening with value, right? It's because it's one thing to ask a question, but when you ask a question, it's like immediately the first impression is I'm asking something of you. I'm almost taking from you, Like, hey, can you help me out with something? Well, motherfucker, I'm busy, and I don't know you if I want to help you out with something or even answer your question, which is why, you can go with an opinion opener and be like, hey, so who, real quick, help us out with something, have a debate. And they'll be like, no, I'm not interested in helping you. Versus a compliment, you're coming in with a gift. It's about them. People's favorite topic is them. Who rejects that? That's like people saying, coming in, my first thing is like, hey, here's $100. I'm gonna listen to you. 2 seconds, oh, fuck yeah, okay, yeah. That's the equivalent because you're giving them a gift. You're giving value right off the bat. And like I said, the entry point is higher. You're not here proving yourself. You're already coming in at a high point. Now we're gonna talk about how to structure the compliment in a quick second. All right, part 3, it is. So part 3 is the root, the justification. In other words, the reason why you're coming up. So from a psychology point of view, Robert Cialdini, who wrote The Psychology of Influence, he proved, or rather he showed, that when you give a root or justification for something, people are more receptive to you and more likely to be persuaded. The way he did that is that he had people try to cut in line for a copy machine. He had people come up and go, hey, can I cut you in line for the copy machine? A bunch of people said no. Did it again. But this time he said, can I cut you in line for the copy machine? Because I'm late. because I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. Drastically more people said yes. And so when you give a justification for people, answer the second question in their head, why are you talking to me? Like, if you ever had the experience, like, are you giving a survey? Like, why are you asking? Are you taking a survey? And by the way, I've seen it happen live. I'm in LA, I'm talking to a woman. This one dude from a boy band, that's a different story. I beat a boy band, by the way. If you want me to tell you that story, I'll tell you that story another time or later on. But the short version of it, me and somebody else, talking to these women. This boy band came in, big hoopla. We beat them. We got the girl's phone number. They didn't. Even after they tried to cock block us. But long story short, he came up to her and he was like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, are you taking a survey or something? I'm like, so, but he did not use a because, he now used a root. And so, so this is necessary. This will get you in. This will keep you in. All right. This will keep you in. So altogether, it just simply looks like, hey, let's take like this. Here's the difference between, let's go with because a shirt. Like, hey man, nice shirt.
Thanks.
Versus, hey man, real quick, just say 2 seconds. I love your shirt because it popped out. It just reminds me of springtime in Colorado where there's like these cherry blossoms, and like it just reminded me. I thought that was awesome. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, cool.
Right.
I was just in Colorado last week.
So you see the difference in things and how they hit, and how I said because. Now it's like, oh, okay. And also when it comes to compliment and you use because, we personalize it. As if it's between saying like nice shirt, probably especially with women, if they have like nice eyes. I mean, like listen, okay, and, you know, I've been like Kirby. She has green eyes. She's been told a lot of times, you have beautiful eyes. Doesn't hit the same when you're like, yo, I really gotta say, like your eyes, they're kind of like emeralds. It reminds me of this one time when I went to Japan and they had these beautiful emeralds, and then just your eyes just remind me of that. Now it's like different.
Right.
You see what I mean? So
the story sells it.
the because, the justification.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a story that you give.
It could be yeah. So the justification could be a story. Like it's essentially it's not necessarily a story, but essentially it's you answer the question why. You're answering the question. So I'll give you another example. So Anik and I worked together at a boot camp a few years ago when I was in LA, and he did this beautifully. It was this woman that he wanted to approach. And he approached her and he said, hey, real quick, I just want to tell you, I just love your dress. I love the color of your dress because everybody else out here is wearing dark colors like they're going to work, but yours, it shows personality, it's vibrant. And you know, I thought that was fantastic. She loved it, and he talked to her for like 20 minutes. And so he just answered the question, why? So essentially, why does it stick out? So if we're gonna compliment people,
And she was a 10.
and she was a 10. So he had to sneak that in. Just so you know, guys. Just so you know, guys. All right. What? Is it still recording? It's good?
Yes.
So.
Wait, you put that on the record book just to like, yeah, she was 10.
I'm just saying, man, it worked. And it worked on
But it worked.
the woman that I was like in awe.
So there you go.
I'm
No,
not talking about myself and my skills. This is 5 years ago.
yeah, no.
I was just pointing it out. Like you said, yeah.
Yeah, no.
She was a 10.
Yeah, to prove that, but to his point, we think like, oh, 10s, I have to do an extra good compliment to get her. No, brothers, no. It's same person. It's like this thing is tailored for 10s, right? This system is tailored for 10s. So, so pretty much the way it works is that when you're gonna go and compliment her, before you actually go up and say it, and just being like, oh, nice shirt because I like your shoes. Well, why do you like her shoes? Why do they stand out? Oh, because I love the design. Good, and I'll say that. It's different from just saying, hey, I love your shoes, homegirl, versus, I love the shoes because they make you look statuesque, which is different now. Like, oh shit, okay. So the question is, if you're gonna compliment someone, before you go up there, really quickly, why? Make sense? So with that said, let's get into how to compliment. So by the way, does this make sense on how to do this? How to open?
Yeah.
Pretty simple, right? Just, hey, it'll take 2 seconds. I love your blank because of X, Y, and Z. All right, let me actually do this. Actually, no, we'll do it here. about to give you guys how to compliment.
Complimenting
You wanna,
Wow.
you wanna, not yeah, complimenting like 102. It's like advanced stuff, expert level. So. One, oh, two. All right, so before we start, I want to show you somebody who is an expert. Like this is the level that I want you guys to. And Anik, this is the reactions I'm talking about for you.
Yeah, this guy's.
His name is Troy Hawk. He's a comedian, but he also has this TikTok where he goes and compliments people. So let me see. Can I make this bigger? That's what he said, or she said.
It's kind of like an improv compliment.
Yeah. So what he does, he goes around, he just compliments people. So I want you to notice him. So can you guys see?
Oh, that guy.
Can you guys see? Well,
The menu just popped up.
oh.
Yeah, that guy's pretty cool. I think I follow him on TikTok.
You talked about him on a film session or.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So here he goes.
You look absolutely adorable. I love your green streak. You look meditative and stylish. Okay. Twofer, you know what I'm talking
Those are
about.
reactions he get from people.
I adore your tricolor pastel multicolored socks. All of these colors together, they look magnificent.
I try to look as bright as night.
And I adore those earrings.
Yeah, I try not to look like the garbage, you know.
You look anything but the garbage. You look the polar opposite of the garbage. You make the garbage look even more like garbage.
You see her reaction? Just a garbage lady. But you see? Let's see what else we can get here. So here's Let's do this one. I think this one is good.
Welcome to the Trigger Woods, sir. Have the best day imaginable. Get in there and smash it. Shoulders back. Take no prisoners. Welcome to the Trigger Woods, Madam. I adore the pink. Welcome to the Trigger Woods. Nice to meet you. You are standing out. The dark, the white. You're a monochrome field of dreams, madam. So you have the most wonderful hair. It would fit in any historical era you care to name. The pink is startling against the black, and it's stunning, and I love it, and you're nailing it. What can I say?
See how he stopped?
Lovely. Nice to meet you. Pastel vision, though. I love you harder, and the blue is stunning. You're very welcome.
You see how she stopped?
No, I believe you. You had me. I love you. Essentially, I mean, you can do it. Eyes down. You've got this. You've got this, and you're making it look glamorous. There we go. Nailed it. You are by far the calmest and most efficient person in terms of actual biomechanics of movement. Honestly, your posture's phenomenal. You clearly do Alexander technique or something like that. You swim. That's it. Well, it's clearly given you good core strength, which gives you an immediate pose, posture, and confidence. And of course, that exudes a vibration that spreads exponentially out from wherever you are.
Do you say this to everyone who comes?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Is he lying?
This is bespoke. Love it.
Bespoke.
Get in there and smash it. I'd say shoulders back, but they already are. You'd like a morale booster. The idea that you should need a morale booster is frankly unfair. That would be like steroids.
So, that is the type of opening compliment we will be doing. That is it. I'm not talking about, hey, girly, nice shoes. No, this level.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because I like that guy. That's pretty cool. I just don't know how to do it.
I'm about to tell you how.
From what I'm noticing is that he's literally just noticing something about them that stands out, whether it's a quality or whether it's a look or something that just really pops out to him. Anything that would make them unique.
Just like the first impression he gets is
Oh yeah, absolutely.
improv, man.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm definitely gonna start doing improv, especially after you started doing it yesterday and doing the voice line.
It helps.
That
You
sounds
get in the
fun.
moment and you just like go with whatever's in your head and you make it fun.
So,
Yeah.
the principles behind complimenting like that is the first principle is the principle of bespoke. So bespoke means customized to that person. If you ever heard of the phrase a bespoke suit, meaning a suit specifically made to only fit that person. That's what that means. So when we are giving our compliments, we're not giving generic compliments. Hey, nice hair, nice suit, buddy. If like, who else is that? If I look around, can that apply to anybody else? Like when we go out, yes, it's gonna apply to 50 other guys. If I say, nice suit, man. But if I say, if I might say something like along the lines of like, if I say something along the lines, listen, brother, the peaked lapels of your suit, next level. The peaked lapels, not many guys have peaked lapels. By the way, peaked lapels are the corners of your suit. If they're peaked, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll make it easier one. So I would say something like, I would say something like, oh, is my man rocking a Movado watch? I see you over there. That's a very specific, because he's the only one wearing a Movado watch within the things. It's very specific towards that person.
Oh, within the area he's the only one.
Within the area, yeah. And so, if I would give you a bespoke compliment, I would say something along the lines of, something along the lines of.
Like when he came in and they say, "Oh man, you look like you just came out of a golf tournament."
Exactly. That only fits him.
Right.
So bespoke, AKA, is another word for personalized. So there you go. Let's personalize it. There's another word for bespoke, personalized. Next principle is what sticks out and why. So if you see him, he looked like, and he was like, what sticks out about this person? He's like, oh, this man's bald head. Why? Because of the shape, and it reminds me of X, Y, and Z. When he said, like, oh, you have the bald head that fits in any historical era. Now, he said that to a guy. You have a fantastic bald head. It would fit into any historical era. Now, because he does improv, his level is different. But for you guys, it's simply like, listen, I love your bald head, guys. Like, you got the right shape for it. Like, that's personalized. So what sticks out about Doug? The bald head, because of this. What sticks out about Doug? The cleanness of his facial hair. It looks like someone drew it in. I'm jealous of it. That is a specific comment versus, hey, nice beard, bro. Versus like, yo, your grooming is so fine. Looks like you drew that in. I'm so jealous. And then you see how it's different?
Right. I've actually complimented guys on their beards before. It's like, bro, the fullness of it, you look like a damn lion. You look like the Lion King over here.
There you go. So these are the principles. Personalize it, what sticks out, and why. Make sense? So you're going to look at somebody like, what sticks out about them? And just instantly, what hits you? And then why? Now, preferably non-physical. Especially ladies. Not her ass, not her breasts. Now, we can be advanced and you can compliment her beauty, but that's different. That's complimenting 202. All right? But for the most part, stay away from physical things, because everybody else, especially in Vegas, you know, we want to play 3 levels, 2 levels above that. That says bespoke, personalized, and what sticks out and why. But so I would say stay away from physical, like your body. But if something
Like
hair works. Hair it works. Eyes work.
Lips?
No.
Stay away from lips?
Nope. Stay away from any sexual body part. Eyes. You can do eyes. You can do eyes. For me, I would not do eyes. Too easy. Especially if she has like green, beautiful eyes.
Right.
You can do it and it can work delivered well. But for you guys, I would say, nah, it's too easy. Go for hair. Because now a lot of guys understand hair and compliment. So if you, like, for example, if you can tell when a woman, if you tell her she has voluminous hair, means her hair has a lot of volume. That's a big compliment. Meaning your hair, like, it's not flat. That's how you know when you appreciate women, Anik. Yeah.
Hey, I love them.
Oh, nails. Yeah.
So yeah, nails is another thing too as well. So volume, if you know the difference between like haircut and when her hair, like she has like, I think it's called like ombre, which is a style of dyeing her hair. See, you gotta fuck with me, guys. This is like when you understand women, you're like, listen, but it's those little details, because if you can compliment a woman on that, like, listen, the ombre, the way it's
They also spend a lot of time like getting their nails coordinated in certain outfits.
Exactly.
You know,
So personalize it and what sticks out and why. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So real quick, just for a test, we're We're gonna go around. I'm gonna point to you, then I'm gonna point to someone else. A personalized compliment. Just what sticks out, or you don't have to make a compliment. Just be like, this sticks out about this person and why. Does this make sense? Like for example, I'm gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Anik. Okay, so and obviously it could be whatever, but no. So what sticks out is the lilies on his shirt. What's it and right? And it's because the reason why it sticks out to me because one, my daughter's name is Lily. Number two, Lily is such an interesting Lily is such an underrated flower. Everybody thinks about roses, but lilies are beautiful and women love them. That's what sticks out. It's an underrated flower that everybody loves. Boom. See how that works? So ready? I'm gonna pick somebody and then compliment. So ready? Bada bing, bada boom. And compliment. Boom. So just say what sticks out to you.
Okay.
You don't have to comment. Just like, hey, this sticks out. What sticks out? What stands out to him about you?
Well, physical feature or?
Just answer the question. No need to overthink it. What sticks out?
Damn it. You said smile is too easy?
Just what sticks out. If you want to use his eyes or his smile, that's fine too.
Okay. Okay, your eyes,
Why?
they remind me of my dad.
That's all we need. That's it.
Oh.
For the purposes of this exercise, I just want you to get in the habit of being able to say, I noticed this and this is why. We're going to put it into a sentence in a second. Does this make sense?
Okay.
Come on, okay? So, Andrew, this person.
Doug, your suit looks awesome.
Why? Why? What about his suit?
It sticks out.
Why does it stick out?
Fits well.
Why? Okay, that works. All right. So, boom and boom.
Oh man, I gotta say, that beard excellently trims. I love it. If it was any more full, I don't know.
Excellent. That's all we need for right now.
Yeah.
No need to try hard. Probably, trust me, the structure and the way we're doing it, it makes it hit hard as it is. We don't have to get to that level yet. We can.
I was just thinking, if it was any more full, I would be jealous, but I think I'm getting there with my beard, so.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually do appreciate the beard because even when it's thinner, like it's not as thick as mine, yours thinner, it just looks a lot more full. It looks just very masculine, so I appreciate that. And it's very rare.
Certain level.
Yeah, and it's very rare to pull that off where it's like nice and full because there's like for me even, I still have patches.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
Like in
that's
certain
we're good.
areas.
We're good. Got it. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Try to keep this bad way going.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
let's keep it simple. Simple. What sticks out? Why?
Pablo, what sticks out about you is when your face lights up with your eyes and your smile, like it really captivates your attention.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So first question on the
Do some-
on the receiving end, how did it feel to receive that? What people said about you? How did it feel to receive it?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's actually one more round. We're gonna pick different people. So we're gonna go with Anik, and we're gonna go Andrew. What sticks out? It has to be different from what was said before. So what sticks out? And just say why. Why?
Who's complimenting him?
You complimenting him.
Your bold red shirt, Andrew, really sticks out, and it kind of matches the blush that you've worn today.
Beautiful. Done. Andrew, compliment.
Okay. I love your pants today. They're fit you well. They're not baggy or anything.
Boom. I noticed his pants, and the reason why I stuck out because they fit. Simple. Don't go for creativity. That'll come like that. Just go for the punch effectiveness. Creativity, it will come. Don't try to be fancy. The goal is not to be fancy. The goal is just to simply say, hey, this is what sticks out and why. The nature of that hits hard enough as it is. Because you explain why, that's what gives it its flavor.
So is it
So-
to make it simple for us? It's like this stuck out, and this is why it stuck out to me,
Yeah,
basically.
that's pretty much it. So, ready? You compliment me. Just what sticks out. Could be anything.
See, we have
Say it. Say it.
we have hairy arms,
That's fine. Okay. And why?
and
Why does that stick out to you?
it sticks out to me because it sticks out to me because it reminds me of my favorite Disney Channel movie, Tarzan.
Boom. That's it. That's good. There you go. There you go. Don't worry about it. Just follow the exercise. You did great. I just want to train. The thing is, I want to train you to look at the world a certain way. So the reason why we're doing the exercise, at least in this version now, it's the goal is not to become fancy or anything like that. Is I want to train you to look at the world in a certain way, to look at the world in a appreciative, curious way. Once you train your eyes and train yourself to view the world differently, not only do you come up with things to say, but now the world around you becomes different. Now you're like, I'm actually fascinated with people. This person fascinates me. This sticks out. And now when you approach them, you're not approaching from a way of like, oh, I want to get to know you. What's up? I'm approaching you from the place of, oh, you stuck out to me. Like, what's your story? Like, this is fascinating. And even if you notice the energy in which I'm approaching you, it's welcomed because I'm taking a genuine interest in you. And people love people who take interest in them. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And when you become that person, being social is super fucking easy because now you're not a leech. You're like, yo, tell me more about you, big guy. Like, yo, this is fascinating. And everybody's like, oh, you really interested in me? Because people deep down, they love talking about themselves. They're a little narcissistic. And so you're giving the platform to reflect back to them like, oh, I am special. I get to talk about it. And this person's interested and I like them for it. And so this is what I'm training you guys to do, to see the world that way, to go, well, what sticks out about that person? And then, oh, let me talk to them about that. Now you're approaching with curiosity. And lastly, curiosity, you want to get to know them. Hold on, and curiosity. Oh, the last point just escaped me, just left my mind right now. I guess it'll come back to me, but yeah, when you're approaching, and lastly, you get out of your head. Because one thing that stops a lot of us from being poor and from being poor socializers or poor seducers is that we're self-absorbed, meaning our focus is inward. What do I say? Do I look good? She's gonna like me? What do I do if I did this? The focus is in here, which means you're not present, which means you're not focused on them. And that will come out in the way you talk, the way you handle yourself. And they will be like, well, he's a little bit antsy. I don't know why. Now I'm uncomfortable. But when your focus is on them, you get out of your head. You get in the moment. You get what people are achieving, you get what people are looking for, which is called flow. When you're in that state where you're like, I'm not even thinking, I'm just reacting, I'm just in the moment. You want to know how to get there? How to just have a free-flowing conversation? Focus on them. Get curious about them. And from that space of curiosity, all your questions, all your jokes will come from. This is why you really this is just a framework. But in actuality, you don't need, I'm giving you guys a framework, not really a script, because the framework, from there, everything else is gonna come. So if I'm curious about you, I don't have to sit there and go, well, he's at a 45-degree angle. There's some friends there. Wait, do I have an opener for that situation? No, curiosity is like, hey guys, did you dress him? Cause this style is crazy. I'm sorry, it just caught my eye. Look at his style. Listen, I'm a big fan of fashion and everything. I just love the way you combine the green emerald with that. Is that from Japan or stuff like that? Now notice how I just opened you as a group. Now, are you guys resistant to me?
No.
No, right? You guys are not resistant to me. You're not resistant to me. And so from there, all my things came out. And now oh, well, I got this from here because I'm curious about you. Wait, you like traveling? Oh, well, where else have you been? Oh, that's what I was crazy about, because I've been dying to go there. Because it comes from my place of curiosity. You see how it works? Yeah. So this exercise is to train you guys to be curious about people. And when you're curious about people, opening is easy, because now I'm fascinated with you. And people love that. You see how the different energy now? Yeah. Now you're doing good in the world. So,
Have me go next.
So, I want to go. All right. So, real quick, we're going to go, does that make sense, Lance?
Yes.
All right. So then we're going to go with you, and then Lance. Go ahead.
So, man, I gotta say, You're looking pretty relaxed. You look like you're on your vacation, and I appreciate that because it inspires me to get to the place that I want to go even faster. You look like you just own your life, so I appreciate that.
There you go. That's pretty easy. So let's talk about, what time is it, 2 o'clock? All right. All right, we're gonna work on this for about 30-ish minutes and then head out soon. But pretty much we go break down how to do the compliment. And it's pretty easy. Let's go, and I'm gonna give you guys a couple of different formats that you can use. If you guys feel you guys have use the principles, remix it how you want, but use the principles. And it's based off our guy, Troy Hawk. So it pretty much is simple. I love your item because reason. That's one way to do it. So I love your item because of reason. So essentially, I love your necklace because it reminds me of my travels to Europe. Because it's shiny like the sky. All right. Second format that you could use is you have a So, you have an adjective noun because it reminds me of reason. So, for example, right, like you have a phenomenal posture. So, adjective is different between saying you have nice eyes. That's a weak adjective. You have jaw-dropping eyes. Right? You instead of like, oh, you have a nice posture. You have a statuesque presence about you. Try to be, if you can, try to be as articulate as you can, because it's those adjectives that makes it stand out. Like you heard him saying, like, "Oh, you have a regal air about you." Mm-hmm. You see how it's different,
Yeah.
Right? I love it because of X, Y, and Z.
What was the guy's name again?
Troy Hawk.
Troy Hawk.
Yeah.
H-A-W-K, like a bird hawk.
Yeah, with the E at the end.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
All right. So yeah. Or another option, that's a adjective. Now, another way, it is, that's option 2, 3, 1. Another way, it's like that's an adjective now. So for example, you go like, "Hey, my man, that's a killer suit right there." And then you can go on because, right? You don't have to do it because, you can do it because, right? Because, Or you could be like, that suit's jaw-dropping, right? You have a jaw-dropping suit. You have a showstopper of a shirt.
So even just the adjective itself, like having a great adjective, would be the difference maker.
Yeah.
Without the reason.
Just make it simple. Ready? Just be this, right? Yeah. Yes. To make it simple, for the purpose of this weekend, don't use the word nice or great. Mm-hmm. Nice jacket or great jacket. Just use any other word behind that. Mm-hmm. All right.
So ordinary, mundane.
It's mundane. So oh, you have beautiful eyes.
Also pretty overused.
That's pretty overused. Stunning, statuesque, jaw-dropping, dazzling.
You have an ordinary jacket and I'm loving it.
Fuck it, yeah, no, play with it. Actually, nah. I would love to see how you spin that. But do you see how to give a compliment?
Yeah, that breakdown with the adjective, that was next.
The adjective, that's what makes it like so. So if you personalize it, so like, do you see how this works?
Yeah.
So quick round, we're gonna compliment each other using one of these. Okay? So, and we're gonna go with you, and you're going to compliment him.
Okay, so
I really faked them out. All right, Lance is going to compliment Anik, and you're going to use one of these structures, one of these frameworks.
And real quick, Lance, something I'm noticing is like relax. Like whenever he calls on you, take a moment to relax, like have a breath, and just do it from a place of a relaxed state. Because otherwise, if you're in your head about it, you're not going to be able to think as easy. I used to have the same problem, so I recognized it.
You're doing good. Take a breath.
Yeah.
Through the belly, not the chest. There you go, like a warm shower. There you go. You know, pee in the shower too, it's okay. Damn, relax, got him. All right. Curious, okay? All right, number 3, let me apply that to curious. Number 3 is, that should be number 1. Number 1, 2, 3, curious. So, come on, Pablo, more legibly. Curious, there we go. So again, curious, what sticks out, why? Use one of the first structures.
I love your socks, man. Your socks look smooth. It looks like you can moonwalk across any floor.
There you go, that was beautiful. That was it.
Worked really well.
No, that worked. No, he did. I like your socks. It stuck out to him. He goes, they are smooth. Fuck. Smooth, there you go. Beautiful. That was great, good job. Attaboy. All right, Anik, you compliment Dougie Fresh here. You want water?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Dougie Fresh.
Still.
Doug, I love the suit, man. It is triumphant, bold,
Fuck yeah.
and eye-catching.
Thank you.
Nice.
There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, that's what
Yes. Yes. We are going to go with, yeah. Yes, and guys, also too, here's the thing. Part of this most interesting man formula, I talked about this before, but you want to constantly improve your skills. Personal development, meaning read, learn new words, learn new skills, because that's how you can use them in conversation. All right, like I'll give you a prime example. I remember using Harry Potter. That connected me with women. I remember using this show called Schitt's Creek. That connected me with women. My vocabulary, I don't read as much as I used to. I'm trying to pick that back up. But reading is fantastic because you get to expand your vocabulary and change the way you speak. And you can and when you're more articulate, it shows a certain type of intelligence, sophistication, and elegance. It's different from saying like, yo, like, baby, you sexy, versus you are otherworldly elegant.
Right.
Like, oh shit. You get what I'm saying? So, so then, all right, so I'm gonna go with Doug. You're going to compliment Sir Andrew using one of these things.
My man, first of all, I love the color. Very bold, sticks out. Second, I noticed your shirt. I can already tell you have a great sense of humor, and we probably get along. So, appreciate that.
Okay, well done. One thing I would recommend, fellas, is get in the habit of using this keyword a lot. I'm a stickler for it. Yeah, I'm a stickler for it, but it's the next best thing to a magic word. It's literally the next best thing to a magic word. Just say, include the word because in there, because you see how I'm working? Yeah, like it just happens. Because now, like it gets a person another reason to listen. So, and it gets them gives them a reason to be even more invested. Like, oh, he's about to tell me why. Just saying like, hey, I love you, sure, I know we would get along. Why would we get along? So if you were to remix that and say, and add because, so why would you get along?
Because I love stand-up comedy.
Right? There you go.
Yeah.
Can I tell you, you're a funny guy to hang around with. I love stand-up comedy. And because I love hanging around people like that. So when he hears that, because I like hanging around people like that, oh, I'm funny. People like to hang out with me. That's what gets connected in their head.
Yeah.
So what I would recommend, just for the sake of practice, every single opener, again, it's the 3-part structure. Again, so when we put it all together, this is what it looks like. And we're about to practice this, okay? Altogether, it looks like this. So let's say I'm approaching, let's go with Andrew, right? So I would say like this. I would walk, and we're gonna talk about body language in a quick second. But essentially, I would walk, and I would be like, "Hey, man, let's take 2 seconds." But your eyes are like supermodel eyes. They just pop out like a magazine. I just want. Let me start again. Hey. Hi. Hey, man, this will take 2 seconds, but you have stunning stopping eyes because they look like the ones you see in model magazines, the one that pop out you have the picture and get you to stop, and like you're like a walking billboard. You just get people to stop. Just want to let you know that. It's awesome. See his smile? Yeah. Boom. So that's what it looks like, the whole thing in action. Now if we keep going, again, the different variations. I love your thing because I told him you have phenomenal. So if I go this, I would be like I said to Nick, I'm like, hey, let's take 2 seconds. But, all right, take 2 seconds, but you have a phenomenal sense of style, my man. I can tell right now, like, what did I say? But you have a phenomenal sense of style. Because not a lot of guys have the courage to pull off bright colors. Guys are a little scared like that. But I can see you own the shit out of that, and I bet the ladies love you for that. I'm super jealous. Look at his reaction. You see?
Very well articulated.
Right. Again, this is just the basic. I don't care about people for today. I don't care about people's reactions. So do not seek to get Troy Hawk reactions or reactions like this. I don't care. It's just to close the loop. All right. When our reactions, I just want you to do this.
Funny enough, I wanna go out and just keep on practicing that. Just focus on that till I master that.
Yeah. And then
That's really good.
no, I was like, that's a.
We pick any one of the three or whatever, whichever we're comfortable with, and just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, exactly. Whichever one you feel most comfortable with, and just make sure you use the word because.
Make sure you use the word because.
Do you say I love it because it's so and so, or do you say I love your suit, it's triumphant, and that I love it so much because like what's it?
I think I prefer for right now use the word yourself, like not like I love your suit because it's triumphant. Like just listen how I say I love your suit, it's triumphant versus I love your suit because it's triumphant. You see how I even added because it's like
It just gives it that extra flair.
the extra flair, yeah, and also makes it more genuine. Cause it's like, cause I'm not trying to sell like blow smoke up your ass and be like, cause that's the danger behind it. I think like without the because you, especially if you're too smooth with it, it feels like you're blowing smoke up people's asses.
Because they're like, do you say this to everybody?
You say this to everybody, but when you go no because now you're being genuine about it.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Personalizing about them.
And you just personalize it, yeah. Because saying your suit's triumphant, it sounds like a line. It sounds great, but it's different from saying, I love your suit, man, because there's something triumphant about it. Like you see how it's different now? So, all together, guys, this is what we're about to do. We're about to go out to the mall, get your fashion makeovers. We're gonna do that as well. While also doing this, you're going to get 16 of these in. I don't care who it is. I don't care what the compliment is. I don't care whether they speak English or not. The metric is, this is simple measure of success. 1, 2, and 3, 16 times.
Gotcha.
Time constraint, give someone a compliment, say the word because. That's all you gotta do. Put it all together. And so, like I said, all together it looks, and so the last piece I want to teach is just body language. This is the last piece of the puzzle that just gives it the extra, a little advanced thing. So there's a difference between going, hey man, listen, I just really love your eyes. They pop out like a magazine, right? Or versus, hey, listen, I love the jewel tone because it's great. Great triumphant suit. There's a difference between that and, hey man, listen, real quick. Those eyes, they pop out like a magazine. I love it because it just stops people in their tracks. It's actually very cool. Versus, or, listen, my man, that suit, it sticks out to me because there's just something triumphant about it. So if you notice, obviously my body language is away. But what did you notice within you?
It's more genuine. It's like you were on your way, but you stopped because you noticed something in me. So something's special about me enough to get you to stop.
And turn like your whole
And
you stop and you turn your whole body towards the person.
Not yet.
No, he just leaned. Like he
No.
leaned to the side. He didn't fully.
Yeah. So because Doug's my target,
Yeah.
simply turn your feet 90 degrees. So if you're my target, 90 degrees, I'm just turning my head.
Yeah.
So this is how you start every conversation. There's a difference between, hey man, I really love your green emerald with your shirt. Versus, hey man, I really love your green emerald shirt. So you notice how one is less direct?
Yeah.
The-
It's more like you're
This-
trying to sell them something.
this one is more receptive.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in your face and being direct. I'm not over investing. This makes it seem like I got shit going on. I'm doing something. And I'm just passing by to give you value. So think about it like this. I'm trying to go somewhere cool. That's my life. But I notice you. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drop this little cool off thing for you too. Here. That's the energy. Like I'm just dropping this off for you. Drop this off.
You're giving value.
I'm getting a little giving value. Boom, boom. I'm walking. Boom, boom. I'm not stopping and going like, hey, how you doing? Like that. Versus, hey, I love man, that's dope. Boop. Because now the impression that you're giving off is there's a difference between the needy guy who's trying to suck your fun by going, hey man, I just want to say that's a great emerald jacket there. Versus the image that we're trying to portray of the most interesting man is I got interesting shit to do. So I'm just dropping by and be like, yo, that's dope. I'm passing by.
Exactly, passing by.
So that's the energy that I'm.
That wraps into like this will take 2 seconds type thing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Now, what you want to do is say, obviously, if you want to stop, if essentially, the way to simplify it, simply point your feet away from the person and just turn your head. All right? So no matter who you're talking to, like instead of look at my feet, that's too direct. Point away. And then just turn, and then the only thing that's facing you is my head. That's simple. And just have the conversation like this. It's funny, I remember the first time I tested it out in college, it was literally a night and day difference. All I did, I was like, this feels super fucking weird, right? I should turn to her, but I forced myself to turn this. And the fact that I stayed like this almost the entire conversation, she started going, yeah, investing into me. Because what you're doing, you're creating it's a psychology thing where I'm showing I'm not invested, so I'm creating a little bit of a gap for you to follow me in. But if I go like this, it means that I'm the pursuer. And with that dynamic, now I have to win you over. But like this, I'm not trying to win you over. I'm giving you value. And the fact that you keep talking to me, you are forcing me to give you attention.
So with the hands, I notice your hand. I keep noticing.
I'm going this way. And I could do it this way, but my body, your hands can move. It's your shoulders and your feet.
Oh, shoulders and feet. Okay.
That's it.
You know what I'm noticing is that could be the equivalent of a non-verbal time constraint.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
So
So-
you're showing them, hey, like you tell them, hey, this only take 2 seconds, and then with your body, you're reinforcing this is only going to take 2 seconds. You're not incongruent by saying, hey, this only take 2 seconds, but like being all up in there.
Yes.
No, this will take 2 seconds, and your body's like ready to go already.
So, what time is it now? 26?
225.
Okay, cool. So this is what we're going to do. Is we are going to do a couple, like 5 practice rounds each for each person. And we're going to do it. And then we're going to get ready. We're going to go out, get food, go fashion, and do that stuff. Make sense?
We're also doing our fashion thing.
Yeah. So we'll be going to the stores and stuff, and I'll be commenting like, all right, this piece looks good, and this piece looks good to you. But we're gonna use that as an excuse to talk to people. Like, hey, those take 2 seconds. I love your sense of style because X, Y, and Z. Well, what's this, by the way? You know, can you help me? While I have you here, can you help me out with something? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
But this
You want to pause this now?
take away from
Right.
them when you asking them. It sounds like you're asking them for help. Wrapped in with.
Very good. So here's the answer to that question. So the purpose of the time constraint is just to get the conversation started. Is to buy you time. So once they've started talking to you and giving you engaged answers, that's subtle subconscious permission that I like you and we can keep talking.
Oh, okay.
Where now you don't have to leave. And in all my experience, there has never been one time when someone was like, oh, by the way, didn't you say you were leaving somewhere? Never has happened.
Okay.
Right? I'm telling you from my experience. Like if you do it right, no one's gonna. And by the way, if they do say that, you fucked up somewhere. Then you were too obvious in your like the minute they say hi to you and you're like, well, by the way, hey, da, 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 da. Like no, even if she starts talking to you, we're not turning our bodies. So just lead me to the last part. How do you know it's working? Let me just keep it simple. I don't want to overwhelm you guys, so just pretty much how do you know? How do you know? How do you know you did it right? Easy. Number one is long, engaged answers. I'll explain it.
From them or from us?
Mm,
From them, right?
from them. So how do you know it's worked? So pretty much, for example, long engaged answers. There's a difference between saying, hey, Anik, I love your shirt, man, because of X, Y, and Z. Thanks. Versus, hey, Anik, I love your shirt, man. It's great. Thanks. I got it actually at a flea market here, and it was super awesome. Engaged answer. They're volunteering extra information.
It's almost like an invite.
Like, oh, hey.
Yeah, like
No offense. No offense, Anik. Because he wants to be clear. It's a 10, and he does not get his clothes at a flea market. All right? Let's just be clear, everybody.
I mean, Walmart, yes, but not Walmart.
Yeah, that's different. But yeah, let's simply long engaged answers. Like, that's how you know it works. Like, I did it right. All right? Open body language, which you compliment them, and they're like, oh, thank you. Or, oh, thank you. They go from here to open body language, which means their feet points toward you.
So the feet has to be pointing to you. That's good.
I'm making it simple. Either the feet, the shoulders.
Feet and shoulders.
From a attraction perspective, we point our feet towards the person we're interested in. Like you're sitting right now, but if you look, all of your heads and most of your shoulders are pointed this direction.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
By the way, we'll talk about this tomorrow. Advanced like social group stuff. You'll be able to I'll show you guys like how to tell who is the alpha of the group and who you need to win over. And one quick way to tell is like if you make a joke, see who they turn to.
Yeah.
See who they. That's one. Another way too is where's most of people's feet pointing. That will tell you who is the alpha, the leader that they look for approval of. That's who you know. That's the mama. That's the mama bear you got to win over.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a little thing. But anyway, open by last one. Obviously emotional reaction, which means they light up. So if you notice when I was giving some of you guys compliments, you guys went like this to. That means boom, doors open.
What if they're just like, you're really cute?
If they say that back to you, nah, that means you still got work to do. Don't trust it. Nah.
Just being sarcastic.
There is sarcasm.
What does he call it? Escort.
It's an escort. Yeah. By the way, Lance, I said this earlier. Here's how you can tell it's an escort. She's really good looking. She has a designer purse.
Miami.
And poor Miami, exactly. And she's by herself, but if she's with her friend, they're looking around like this, and she's being really friendly to you for no reason. Chances are she's an escort.
Okay.
So be
If
careful.
they treat you like a stripper, walk away.
Okay, go over this again.
Simple. Designer purse,
Uh-huh.
by herself, and really friendly for no reason.
And really hot.
And really hot.
And probably rings Lance.
By yourself for no reason.
Probably.
Okay. All right. So the first two in Miami, the last. Okay, got it. All right.
Pretty much, like, listen, if a really hot woman's all over you for no reason, then like, all right, something's off here.
Yeah.
Right.
It's as simple as it. Like, because I know I got game, but hold on. This is,
Either that or you got
All right.
club.
so, but does this make sense? Like, how do you know?
Yeah.
That's simple. And
The last word,
obvious.
obvious.
Yeah.
It almost looks like abuse emotional.
Yeah. Yeah. So, us. Yeah. And so, now, if you're not getting one of these reactions, doesn't mean you suck. It means that we just have to tweak the technique.
Right.
Maybe you're forgetting the word because. Maybe you're not using a boring adjective. But essentially, this is what I look for. This is how I know I'm in the door. I've successfully opened. So if I give you a compliment and they're like, thanks, then I'm like, I need to tweak something. If they're like, thanks, but an obvious emotional reaction, they're like, thanks, I'm in. Yeah. So pretty much one or all of these, just to let you know you're in. One, or if you get more, the more of these you get, the more in you are. You get one, you're good. 2, 3, fucking we're friends. So that's how you know. So this is what we're about to do. Any questions so far?
So, we're going up to groups and complimenting one person in the group?
Very good question. That is for tomorrow. We're not working on, for right now, we are not focused on groups. For right now, you could talk to groups, you could talk to individual people. It's just focusing on opening, getting the nerves out. To answer your question, in terms of groups, is, again, we're going to get into this tomorrow as far as group control, but the short answer is this. You're going to compliment the one person, but then you're going to involve the group. So the way it looks like is saying, I love your shirt because the lily is an underrated thing. Don't you guys agree? Now I'm involving the group. The big mistake what people make when approaching groups is just focusing on one person. No, you are involving everybody. You're not talking to one person, you're talking to a crowd, which means you're going to hit multiple points.
When it comes to eye contact, sometimes I get distracted and look at women's tits. That's a no-no, right?
I think you know the answer to that.
Keep the eyes here.
Use as much of your willpower as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, use your peripheral vision. That's what I do. I use my...
But keep the eyes.
Keep the eyes here, but my peripheral vision, I'm like, that's nice. All right.
I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, just
And then
listen.
they'll be like,
Let's keep it there. But anyways, that's the answer to your question. So I'm complimenting you, but I'm like, don't you guys think? Or again, we're gonna get into this tomorrow. But I would be like, right? Isn't that fantastic? Now I'm part of the group. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But today, just people, anybody.
Long engaged answer. So they don't be like, they're not answering with like a one worded thing. They're actually engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's not like yeah, thanks. Oh, it's not like yeah. Oh, it's not thanks. Or it's not okay. Something like that.
Exactly.
Like you can tell the vibe. Like
Yeah, I mean, if you want to watch the videos again, I mean, and we can watch it. But if you notice the reactions, like when he does it, people are like, oh, thank you. Oh, no, that's fantastic. And they're laughing and stuff like that. Or like, listen, oh, that's, I don't even know what to say. That's so nice. That's a long engaged answer. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm using the bathroom real quick. I don't think we need to record this. All right, and we're going to do a couple of quick run-throughs.